Hello, this gradebook tutorial will give you instructions on how to view your grading terms within your gradebook. It also will give you instructions on how to view different reports if you would like to print or just have access to. This might be useful during conferences, IEP meetings, or if you have to show data on how students' progress has been working through the year. Let's get started. Once you've signed into your Skyward Gradebook, choose a course that you would like to view a different term for. From this screen, you're going to look across the top tabs and go to Display Options and click the drop-down menu. Scroll down to Grade Period Display and click that once. From here, you're going to get a new screen that looks like this, and you'll see your different options, Term 1, 2, 3, and 4. Because we're currently in Term 2 for demo purposes, you can see that it is automatically checked and shaded so that you cannot remove that from your grade period display. So let's say you would like to see previous Term 1, you click that one time and you'll go over and click Save. If you wish to see all of the terms visible at once, you can just click those at the same time and also then go click Save. You are welcome to change this throughout the terms. It just depends on what you would like to view as a teacher choice, what you want to see, whether or not there are all of those assignments and activities viewed in your gradebook at once. So it's really just up to you. If you'd like to take that off, that's fine. But if you sometimes want to go back and see what you did or named something that you want to keep it consistent through the year, it is nice to have that option to be able to go back and look. So this is where you can view that. So if you have that checked, you click Save, and then you're going to end up saying that now I have Term 1 here, and then I have Term 2 here. And if I had any of my any of my events or assignments would be in Term 1 if I had taught that subject for that term, and then the same thing for Term 2 would be shown at the end of my screen here. If I don't like it and I don't want to have that any longer, I would just go back to my display options, go to Grade Period Display. I would remove this information, uncheck it, click Save, and then I would be good to go. And you can see it only has the 2s here for Term 2. Okay, let's move on now to reports. If you would like to view or print anything for your students or class from previous terms or your current term, you will need to create a report from your gradebook. So you'll be looking at your tabs that will be here. Click on your drop-down arrow for reports, and you'll be able to see now that you have under your gradebook, there are a lot of different reports that are available to you. Grade sheet report, a progress report, if you just want to see what you called the events, the skills and events together. You can print off now your standards report card from this screen. There's a progress detail, enhanced multi-class progress report. There's a lot of things that are available here. So it's really a teacher choice of what you're looking for the data that you want to view or print. You have several different options here. Many of them cross-reference and they give you some of the same things, but it depends on what you're looking for to get that you want to show or have at your disposal if you're in a conference or IEP meeting or something that you have to go for that. I like progress report is pretty nice. If you would like to create one of these reports, you can always pull up your details from Term 1, which I will show you later in this tutorial, so you can see it from past quarters and for conferences if you want. The progress detail report is nice, and also enhanced multi-class progress report is nice, but again, it's teacher choice. What you're looking at or what you're looking for will depend on the report that you would like to run. You can make your decision from this spot. So let's say you would have an IEP meeting coming up and you want to pull all of the events and the grades and the assignments that you have for one of your students and you would like to print that off to take with you to your meeting, or if it's a conference that you have, perhaps you'd like to use a progress report. So let's try that for now. We're going to click on the progress report. Here is the screen that you will be taken to create your progress report. From the screen, you can see that there's lots of different templates that might have a different name that I can view. But in this case, if you wish to view any information or skills from term 1 or 2 and you happen to be in term 3 or 4, you have to create a new template for that. So it's very simple. What you would do is it will say add a new template. I click that once. And from here, I'm going to say I want term 1 information, and I'll click save. So you'll be at term 1, and you're going to be looking at this area at the top only where it says grading period. So we're in the current term of term 2, and you can see the dates here from October 24th to January 22nd, but I want the data from last quarter. So I'll click the drop down arrow, and I can toggle between any of these for 1, 2, 3, 4. So I want term 1, I'll click that one time, and I'm going to save this work. Okay, so now from here I can see here's my template. This is what I want it for. I already said it was my progress report. So I want to print this, and it will give me the information that I need for all of my students and in the classroom for this subject. And it may also give me whatever I like for that progress report. So it is going to have my events in there, it's going to have the date that I gave it, it's going to have the grades, and it will also have the times. So this will work out really nicely for you. Once you create that term 1 template, you don't have to do it again for this subject, but you may have to do it for each one of the subjects and classes that you have. So as you go forward, if you find, how come I can't pull up my information? You're going to need to create that template, click on it once, and then run it. I'm not going to print it here because I will show you information from other students that we don't need to see. So to recap, once you're ready to view or print any of your subjects from your gradebook, you can follow these instructions. When you have to create a new template like we did for term 1, keep in mind you can name it whatever you would like. I just did that for demo purposes to make it easy, but you can make any changes that you would like. It can be whatever terms or titles that you would like to give them, and you also have options to rename them and change some of the modifications to the template that you would like as well. But this is how you can get to the details. If you want to get information from past quarters or terms, you will need to make that template here if you want to view the events and the assignments that go with it. Now, if you just want the grades that the students received and you want to have a report for that, you can always just print off the standards report card and give them another copy of that, and you won't have to go through all of the templates and all of that. So again, it just really depends on the type of information that you need or that you want to take with you to a meeting or just for your own files. It depends on the reports that you would like to run, and that will dictate what you need to do for a template or printing or viewing purposes. So thank you. That concludes this tutorial, and I hope it helps.